Welcome to Cybertopia. The year is 2055, and the last 3 decades have seen a dramatic shift in fortunes for Earth and the human race, thanks to the incredible innovations of Amazing Corp. Once simply an online marketplace, it transformed into a tech supergiant and used its wealth and power to develop and distribute climate-saving devices around the world. It didn't take long for the corporation to grow larger than even the most powerful governments, and public sentiment swelled behind them for achieving what global bodies could not. Amazing now control vast swathes of global infrastructure and have involvement in every aspect of society, largely with the happy blessings of the populace. I say largely because there's always going to be some opposition, whether from competing corporations or unsatisfied citizens, no matter how much good a business brings to the world. In order to protect themselves from such threats, Amazing Corp set up a secretive agency dubbed Tabula Rasa. Players take on the form of these agents with various enhancements and high-tech gear, taking on clandestine missions to shore up corporate interests and defend them from potential reputational damage. I'm Ben, I made the game Cybertopia, and I will be running this game. I will be playing all the NPCs in this world and narrating what happens.
Hey everyone, I'm K.O. Myers.
Hi, I'm Jeph.
Hi, I'm Keith.
Hi, I'm Pan.
Tonight's mission is called Thieves in the Nightclub. At its core, entertainment doesn't change much over time. People like music, people like dancing, people like drinking. Naturally, places to do these things have continued through the decades, and there are still a range of levels to such establishments, from high-class lounge bars of the upper tiers of society to the dive holes in the slums. However, as the reach of big corporations has grown, the ownership of entertainment venues has become increasingly concentrated, leaving a small network of a handful of people controlling most of the clubs and bars. Each owner makes use of their business in different ways, from lobbying people with power and or money to subtly keeping tabs on potential threats. One such owner has taken it upon themselves to survey the comings and goings of people and information across the spectrum of society, profiting from the trade that this knowledge affords. The data broker, as they are commonly referred, insists that they have no affiliation to any particular group or side, but will do whatever they determine to be most benefit to themselves in any situation. No one knows their long-term plans or really any details about them, such as their identity or even how many properties they possess. Currently, the data broker is believed to have data vital to locating the headquarters of a terrorist organisation called the Underground, but making contact to retrieve this information has been difficult. An office within the VIP section of a nightclub in the city called The Surface has been identified as a core data broker location, and it is believed that the desired data is accessible from there. The team today will be sent to that nightclub to locate this data and retrieve it. Between missions, Tabula Rasa agents, we'll call you TRs for short, much easier to say, you are kept in cryo chambers to preserve your bodies, help you recover from any injuries or traumas that you've incurred over your previous missions. Where we'll begin is that the 4 of you wake up all in the same room, all in your cryo chambers, and it does the thing where you lift up forwards and you're stood up, and then your doors glide open, and you see each other from across the room, and then a hollow screen drops down, and you see the face of your commanding officer who you've been introduced before. It's a stern, older-looking lady. Hello, team. Welcome. I believe this is your first mission, and we've got a little pickle of a problem. We just yes, we need to send you into what is this place? George, what is the Surface? Terrible name. Yes, we need you to go into a nightclub and retrieve some information. I don't know if you'll know about the data broker, but he's been collecting information, and he just won't get in touch with us. We've been trying for a long time, but he has information vital to our operations. We've had some trouble with a group called the Underground who have been troublesome. He apparently knows the location of their headquarters, but hasn't been divulging it. So we just need you to go in and retrieve this information. Don't cause too much mess or fuss. Obviously, if anything happens, it's got nothing to do with Amazing Corp. And just bring back the information. and all will be well. I don't get involved in the details. I will leave you with my with the AI assistant Alpha India, who will assist you with the armoring and gearing up, or whatever you people call this stuff. George, I really need you to write this stuff out for me better next time. Right. Yes. Good luck, and yeah, I look forward to hearing on your successful return. And without even an acknowledgement of your existence, other than that, she just blips away, and a little hole appears in the ceiling, and out drops a small spherical flying drone. Hey guys, let's get you set up. What would you like to be today?
TM, Supreme, Tim's for short, goes by he, him. I'll be picking out probably something. So I need something fancy. I'm thinking I want to be that the cool guy with a toothpick in his mouth, sunglasses on, always twiddling a cigarette that he never actually smokes. So I'll pick out some LED clothing so I can kind of change that around. Probably going to need an enhanced liver for the amount of alcohol I'll be putting in. But I'm going to also need to put in a few skill chips to increase my manual dexterity so I can do some card tricks, and a chip just filled with useless knowledge so that I can just blather on at people about stuff that just bores the hell out of them. But otherwise, I mean, you're looking at a pretty average-looking human of indeterminate ethnicity. Like I say, probably recognize them as like, weren't you in a yogurt commercial like 4 months ago? But just the generic dude.
As the med bed rises up vertically and the door pops open, Bludgeon is his name, and he is like 5'6", not very tall, but broad and round in that sort of power lifter way, where it's like he's not worried about definition. He's just all muscle under a sheath of whatever.
He's a square of a human.
Yes, yeah, basically. Shaved head, a mustache that he is way too proud of. I picture probably it having a little bit of frost on it when he first steps out of the thing, out of the med pod, and there's a moment of like, oh, why do I have to walk first? I can't just sit up, like grogginess. But and then he kind of rolls his neck, and there's a cracking sound from his spine. His entire thing is basically punching. I have him listed as core as a +3 punch bot. He is melee fighter with a dash of stealth, and for his build this time, I'm going to look for something that I'm thinking like electrical, like taser gloves, to be able to deliver a shot without a lot of fuss that would take somebody down, or disable them. He is wanting a little bit of stealth, and so I'm thinking something that is obscuring, like not a full-on invisibility kind of thing, but something that just sort of blurs his outline so he's harder to track.
So more like a chameleon suit or something like that.
Yeah, a little bit.
Cool.
Which I thought, so, and this is where I need help, is if this is a 1 or a 2 gear, right? So what I was thinking was something to boost his stealth, something to boost all around perception. So I'm thinking almost like a halo of motion sensors that he could wear around his head, that wouldn't again, not like a 360-degree camera, just something that would ping if there's and send a little trigger to his visual cortex of like, oh hey, there's something moving there, maybe it's a threat. And then finally something that would be, because we are potentially looking for information that might be in a secret location or stored in a concealed safe or whatever. Something that would be like an X-ray or a LiDAR or something that might be able to map through surfaces.
So the way it works for gear is basically if it has more than one function, then it's +2. So if it does 2 things, so if it does the sensory thing and the kind of extra sensory thing, then that would be a +2.
Gotcha. Okay.
If it was just the sensory thing or just the extra sensory thing, then it would be a +1. So if it's
all right, well then it makes sense to collapse. Probably makes sense to collapse it into one piece of gear. Then it's just it sort of passively observes a 360, but he can use it up front to do a closer examination or maybe an X-ray kind of thing, and make that a 2-point gear. Does that sound right? Okay.
Yeah, sounds good.
As the cryopod opens, already dressed in a fancy but not balance-breaking 3-piece suit, steps Cookie Standard. already with his mirror shades on, his hair slicked back, looking every inch the corporate toady that he is at heart. A recent transfer from talent and acquisitions, the media team, the tar pits, as they are lovingly called. Cookie is every inch the talent agent and has managed to keep his position at the ever cycling, ever constantly changing media arm of Amazing Corp by blackmailing and spying on absolutely everyone in the division. Clearly, he's been transferred here for reasons. But only a month or two has passed. He's not lost any of that shimmer, any of that shine. He gets authorization to turn back on his social enhancement and cybernetics. He's got a facial recognition and mini emotional social analysis cybernetic frame unit in his face. So it's constantly just watching people and seeing what they've been in before media wise, what they're into, and what they're currently feeling. And requisitions his Amazing Corp Black expense account credit card and a series of spy tools such as bugs, cloners, your standard breaking and entering kit for the modern era. Core +3 talent agents. But everything else is social engineering, persuasion, observation, and thievery.
The bed comes down and Nox sits up. They're a tall but like thin and wiry, like dark-skinned person with like obvious cybernetics in their face and cheeks. They're going to be more of a hacker, but like a kind of a sneak thief kind of guy. Like they work well with the frontline bruiser type characters. I think they're going to put on what looks in because they're bald headed, but it looks initially like a wig. But as they put it on, it starts to glow with this luminescent blue, and you see that it's actually got like fiber optics on the end, and those could be used to jack into various things. But it's pretty much constantly moving slowly, like there's a breeze or maybe a very lazy octopus.
Okay, gang, how would you like to approach this mission? I can get you a limo to drop you off in front of the bar, or you can be airdropped, or however you would like to approach.
Should we be patrons? VIP?
Sounds like a limo would be the least suspicious thing.
I mean, it depends how upmarket the place is.
I mean, it's a mid-level sort of club. It's not like the upper tiers, but
maybe a limo wouldn't be. Yeah, maybe a limo would be too much.
Yeah, I mean, on the other hand, you do need to get you don't know the exact location of the office that you need to get to, but you do know you have to go through the VIP section. So the limo may be helpful.
Okay, let's go with a mid-level limo.
Okay. So not a super stretch. Just
right.
A half stretch.
You have to pay for the minibar. It's not that great.
Well, maybe we need to. Maybe do we need to establish a cover identity then? Like one of us is a rich, not an entertainer probably because that would be too public and easy to not. I don't know the word, but like a business person or something that would have access to that kind of money and style. If for that,
I mean, you don't necessarily have to be like on a list or like a known name or something. Like you could. With some of your skills, you may be able to just talk your way into the VIP area or something.
I feel like Cookie's our main lead here, right?
Mm-hmm.
You're the music connection, you're the schmoozer.
I'm the music connection, but I also work more in the background. But you, on the other hand, Tims, now you've got a face for that type of grabbing everyone's attention whilst the rest of us sneak in through whichever avenues we're planning to do. I can talk my way past the rest, everyone that you can't dazzle.
Yeah, because I feel like we got a good entourage going. We got tech guy, we got muscle, we got schmooze. We just got to play to our strengths here, which is being fancy.
I think moving as a group, we are an entourage. I think that makes a lot of sense because we've got a face, we've got a sort of voice, we've got the muscle, and then the tech could very easily be like.
Yeah, if you give Nox some time, they can probably like hack something to get you on the guest list.
Okay, so I mean, if you want to go on the guest list, you're talking front door. You're going to go up to that bouncer with the data pad and be like, "Oh yeah, that's me." Yeah.
Tims, what do you want your cover identity to be?
Yeah, I'll put my suit on random, kind of shuffle, so it kind of bounces between a few things, and I'll look over at Bludgeon. Good call. I think I'll be Percival Stone. Sweet. It sounds like we're going through the front door, so let's Elf, and I'll point to the AI buddy. Let's get that stretch limo. And the minibar is free.
Ordering the Super Stretch Limo with the free minibar, all expenses paid. Don't enjoy yourselves too much before you start the mission. Good luck, everybody. So you all pull up in this Super Stretch limo, and let's say it's like it's a hover limo. This is how advanced this shit is. No expenses spared. The hover limo pulls up outside the Surface nightclub. And you can see there is a fair line on one side of the door into the Surface nightclub, and on the other side you can see a small kind of taser roped off line. Not taser, laser ropes off.
Why not both?
Laser taser.
It's passively lasers, actively tasers if necessary. All right, so you all pull up, and you see the much shorter section on the other side. People don't even end up queuing on that, but you see a couple of people walk up to it and just, they have a word to the bouncer and then just go straight on in, and everyone on the other side, it's clearly the non-VIP section, just kind of sighs as they see these fancy-looking people going in the other side. Out the front, there's 3 bouncers, all kind of beefy-looking people, and one of them has a clipboard, well, not a clipboard. One of them has a data pad, and the other 2 are kind of staffing the door, making sure no one gets past without being checked. And one of them, when the VIPs come in, they're very gracious, and they open the door for them and usher them in, and being very genial to everyone else that's in the non-VIP line. There, of course, just you wait your turn. So who gets out of the limo first?
Well, as physical security, I think Bludgeon would have to step out and just sort of very obviously with one hand to his ear, pretending like he's getting communication from somewhere, scanning around. I'm picturing the sensory halo having dark glasses that stick down, so he's the sunglasses, earpiece, the whole 9, and just kind of glaring around, and then looks back down and kind of nods and waves to let everybody else get out.
Nox will step out next. So they've dressed up in something snazzy. It's got a massive furry ruff, little jacket, and they step out in a unnecessarily tight leather trousers, and stand by the door. They've drunk a little more than they should have done, but they're fine. They're okay.
I think then, Cookie's going to step out, not having changed too much. Doesn't need to. He's acting here as the handler, as the agent, as the manager, as it were, for the VIP, and is currently having a very in-depth conversation, saying, "Yes, Janice, 3 dozen roses sent up to floor 344 of the Source Hill. Yes, yes. I don't need to give you the address, do I? No, you remember what happened to Karen, right? Yes, excellent." And I hold the door open for our VIP.
Tim's will step out in a green and gold accented tuxedo.
Style.
In my hand is probably my 3rd mixed drink you've seen me make, called WMD, a whiskey mojito daiquiri.
Ooh.
Excellent.
I gotta try one of those.
Nox had 1, and that's why they messed up.
But I'll be twirling a prop cigarette in the other hand with my full cup as I will follow behind you guys.
I take it you walk up to the VIP queue.
Yeah, I think Bludgeon would take the lead as sort of sweeping the area, and then walk up to the bouncers, nod at them, and then wave for the next person to come up. I'm assuming that would be Tim's doing his handling bit, but not really even looking back, just sort of yes, it's okay.
Good evening, all. The first bouncer with the data pad kind of addresses you. Hello, and welcome to the Surface Nightclub. May I take your names, please?
Absolutely. Percival Stone here. Howdy.
Percival. Okay. Right, Percival Stone.
At that, Nox is going to lean over and look at the data pad and go, "It's spelled with a P. A P should be in there."
P.
And while they're doing that, I'm going to let a strand of my hair come down to hack this pad.
Nice. Oh, cool. All right. Okay, so we'll have our first roll of the night then. And it'll be a hacking roll, and you can stack your skills. So If you have more than one skill that applies, then you can have that. So yeah, you can stack as many things from your stats as you like, as you need to. So obviously you've got hacking.
And misdirection, I think.
And misdirection. So you get the +3 total from that. Add all that into it. And then also what you're getting from your gear. Holotech wig.
Yeah. Because it does multiple things. It was a +2, is that right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's,
so that's
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
That is a big bonus.
All right.
Something that I will warn you about is when you roll a nat 1 in this game, you get a trauma, which is related to the roll. It is a penalty that you will get going forwards of -1 that can also stack over time if you continue to roll nat 1s on that particular thing.
Thanks.
And the higher your modifier when you roll a nat 1, the worse the outcome is going to be. So if you have a modifier of +8 on a roll, that's pretty high. If you then roll a nat 1, you're going to do something absolutely horrendous.
Love it. Okay, let's go.
So let's go. Nat 1 first roll.
Okay, here we go. 17?
With the +8?
Oh, sorry, right.
So 25 total.
Yeah.
That is a damn good first roll. Nice opening.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, the guy he's scrolling through the list, and almost instantly the name Percival Stone pops up. He's like, "Oh yes, Mr. Stone. Oh, +3. Yes, please come through. The VIP section is through these doors. My colleague here will usher you through and enter the code into the elevator, so you will go to the special VIP only section." And you see everyone else in the queue on the other side. It's just like, "Oh, what? That's not a fame. That's nobody."
I blow them a kiss as we go inside.
I give him one of the pointing at my eyes, pointing at them. Like, I see you. Don't give me.
He's not famous.
And the bouncer kind of looks over them and glares. It's like, "You'll get your turn." Okay, so yeah, you will just very nonchalantly just walk into the elevator through the double doors. The laser rope gets pulled aside so you can enter. And a lady bouncer leans in and says, "Enjoy your night, gentlemen." She punches in a code where there's like just normal elevator numbers. She presses a bunch of them, and the lights in the elevator change very subtly, but it is a bit more twinkly in there. And you just feel the elevator just subtly shift. It's a very gentle elevator because you're the VIPs. They don't want to be shunting you around. And you feel your weight kind of drop a little, and you go down. The doors open. And it's quite a gentle atmosphere that you're opening into. This is the VIP section. It is known as the Beneath the Surface. And yeah, you enter. There's a dance floor off to the left. There's some kind of booth seating along the right-hand side of the dance floor. At the far end of the room, you can see what looks like quite a small bar area. There aren't a huge number of people around here. Maybe like a dozen on the dance floor, and a few of the booths are occupied, but you can see there's one that is specifically set aside during your amazing hack. Nox has managed to book one of these seating areas, so you have a private booth that you can go and chill out in whilst you coordinate your next moves. You can see on the far side of the dance floor, there's what look like there's probably toilets. There's a couple of security staff in this area. One just next to the entranceway where you're coming through, who kind of ushers you in, shows you your table, points out where the bar and the loos are. And then there's another bouncer over by the toilets. And there's also what looks like an emergency exit on that side, because you always need an emergency exit, particularly in a basement part of a nightclub. The music's somewhat chilled out. It's not too overbearing so that people can actually have conversations, but it's nice enough that people can have a little boogie on the dance floor. No one's really going wild at this point. It's relatively early in the night, we'll say. There's like a couple of people having drinks and like standing around those upright tables by the dance floor. And then you can see over at the bar, there's a barmaid with an android assistant that is like washing glasses and stuff. And the barmaid's just kind of staffing the bar, looking out across all the customers.
As we're wandering through the bar, and because there's not so many people here, the population density isn't too high, I'm just casually just getting a good look at everyone's faces and running them through my facial recognition software, eyeing them up with anyone who might be connected with people who are in the underground or might be connected to Amazing Core, who might blow our cover, anyone who might be a danger, filtering all the filtering all the search results through that little filter and starting to build a small cross-section of who might be people we need to target immediately for social engineering scams.
Okay. Yeah, let's have you roll then. Yeah, I mean, you can tell me what you think applies from your things. And
Sure. So I've got the observation skill at +1, so that's going to go into there. I don't think my core of talent agent applies, sadly, but my frame, social analysis, cybernetics do. That's primarily what's going to give me the option to do this in the first place. So I think that gives me +3 total. I'm not yet going to start using it to leverage our ways through the crowd of people backstage yet. But hopefully it's not too difficult to roll at the moment anyway, because it's just gathering some information and it's not make or break. So let's see what we can roll. So adding 3 to this. Cool. I'm getting a trauma.
So
it just took 2 rolls, not the first roll. There's 2 rolls in.
Wow.
Thank you, dice, for rolling me a natural 1.
Okay, so the trauma has to be related. So you'll get a -1 penalty going forwards in what could we say?
Breath identification, I guess. So what is my trauma going to be related to threat identification?
Well, maybe you are so wrapped up in trying to identify all these people and run them through your social checks and stuff. You don't notice someone's foot sticking out. Maybe you trip over your own foot. So you just will have you can have a trauma of -1 distracted, and so you've stacked it and you've fallen right into the middle of the dance floor as you were just trying to quietly pass by and get a look at all these people, and so you fall flat on your face right in the middle of the dance floor, and everyone just kind of gasps, and someone kind of just scoffs at you, like, "Oh, who lets this riffraff in here?"
I pick myself up, dust myself down gently, and just look at the state of my shoes and go,
Do the worm. Do the worm.
Right.
So basically, anytime you try and do anything that requires a bit of focus or paying attention or anything, you're going to have a -1 distracted penalty.
Oh,
on
your
that.
mind flashes back to this moment you get embarrassed again.
Yeah, maybe you're going to be hyper-focused now on not tripping over again. But how to get rid of that is to roll successes against it. So it's going to affect your rolls, but if you roll 3 successes against that penalty, you will get rid of that. Or if you roll 1 nat 20 against it, it will immediately turn it into a new skill that you have. So your -1 distraction could become -1 super focus or something.
All right. But after my bit of embarrassment, I'm just going to crawl, not literally, but slink back to our private booth and start to hammer the wires back into place. Clearly something got dislodged while I was being thrown into cryo.
You should have turned it into the worm. Just worm across the dance floor back to the booth. Yeah.
If I was Tim's, maybe, but I don't think I have the natural charisma to pull that off.
With your connection to all the social media, I can't imagine the nightmare would be of actively seeing people upload the video of you falling while you're still on the ground. Where you can look over and see the person and know who's uploading it and be like, damn it.
If it wasn't for the fact that the first thing my character would have done once joining an amazing call would be to scrub any facial recognition stuff from them out of the database to begin with, that would be something to worry about, yes.
But speaking of which, so the data broker has been collecting information about people, correct? So I was thinking our in could be, I'm here as a fancy rich person to try to get scrubbed, like a really bad audition I did forever ago for Amazing Corp that is just embarrassingly awful. I've got that sweet wig, the retro flared collar, it looks embarrassing. And so I'm here to try to figure out who do I have to pay to make sure this goes away.
See if they can throw in cookies for as well.
That's going to add to the difficulty, man. Okay, so you haven't yet figured out where the data broker's office is. It is believed to be somewhere attached to this VIP area down here. So it's going to take a little bit of looking around. Like I said, there's 2 bouncers in the area. There's the bar staff, and there's some people in booths and on the dance floor. Everyone is eyeing Cookie a little bit just to make sure this idiot does not fall on me and spill all my drinks.
Oh, man.
So I would, sort of at the same time as falling down on the dance floor, I would like to do a sweep with my sensory halo just to kind of get a sense of if there are any camouflage or otherwise stealthed individuals in the area, observing the area. just so we have a better head count of who's actually here, if they're making sure there's not like security that we've missed. I don't really think my core is going to give us a bonus to this at all, so I'm just going to do the +2 from the sensory halo. And that is an 11 total.
Okay. You don't really pick up anything that like strikes you as being hidden or anything unusual. There are 3 booths along the side, and you can sense that there are 2 people in each of these that seem to be having conversations with each other. And there's a dozen or so people on the dance floor. Some of them are having conversations. You're not able to really pick up on anything specific being said. And yeah, with a roll of 11, you're not able to detect anything that seems untoward or that you wouldn't be able to spot just with normal eyesight.
Everything looks good.
Perfect. Seems like we need a round of drink, boys. I'll be right back.
Welcome to the mid-roll. We're going to use this space to tell you a bit about ourselves and also to celebrate some of our awesome friends. Firstly, maybe it'd be a good idea to tell you a bit about this game and where you can find it. Cybertopia is a rules-lite sci-fi game created by myself, Ben Newbon, and the base rulebook can be bought to pay what you want over at my itch page. You can find me mostly on Twitter, just by my name, Ben Newbon, and I also have some trailers and whatnot up on YouTube, also under my name. And here's some info about the players from this episode.
Hi, this is Jeph, and you can find me on Twitter at BigCampaignPod or on YouTube under the same name.
Hi, I'm Keith. I'm a game developer and tabletop role-playing game layout designer, and you can find my work at kaynsd.itch.io. You can also find me playing as paladins, changelings, and changing paladins in the Guild of Icons on the Twitch channel His Cursedness. Follow what I'm up to at kaynsd@mastodon.social.
Hello, I'm K.O. Myers. I'm a freelance podcast editor as Particulate Media. I'm on Twitter at Troublematic, and my website is particulatemedia.com.
Hi, I'm Pan. You can find me on the Cockpot podcast and various things with Manapot and such.
Next up, here's a quick promo for a good friend of the show. I've known Adam and listened to his TTRPG interview and AP show, Snyder's Return, for a long time. Here's a huge range of guests, from some of the biggest names in the scene like Grant Howitt and John Harper to some small indie people like a few of us on this show.
Snyder's Return is a tabletop roleplay interview and actual play podcast. We chat with content creators from both mainstream and indie publishers, and we release actual play episodes of systems like our City of Mist game, Meddlers, Monsters and Madmen, and more games coming in the future. We also have a TTRPG review show on YouTube, Fly Like a D6. Come and check us out. You can find us on Twitter at Return Snyder, Instagram Snyders_return. You can find us on YouTube at Snyder's Return, Discord, and everywhere you get your podcasts.
And now, back to the action.
And I'll head over to the bartender and the android to pick up a round of WMDs.
Hi there. Oh, you want the special? Oh, that's the cocktail of the month. Oh, I hear you're Percival Stone. What is it you do?
Oh, I'm just dabbling at the moment, seeing where interest lies. I'm here to enjoy your fine establishment and maybe have a few talks, see if this is worth investing in.
Oh, really? Well, the first round of drinks is on the house, so help yourself. And she very quickly brings up 4 WMDs for you, places them very gently on the tabletop. Is there anything else I can help you with tonight?
Oh, yeah. I was hoping to have a sit down with the data broker.
Oh, you want the boss? I'm not sure if he's in.
No worries. We'll talk about it later.
Okay.
Thanks for your time. And I'll take the WMDs, and if they have the bottle still out next to it, I'll take the whiskey bottle with us.
I'll have someone bring it over to you. We've got a port around the side. He'll come round.
But yeah, then I'll head back to the table.
Yeah, I'm going to say you need to roll for this. You're carrying 4 drinks. And yeah, you can carry them by hand, or you can take a tray if you want. There's a tray available.
Yeah, you know what? Sure, I will happily carry 4 drinks, 2 in each hand, and I'm going to use my sleight of hand for this.
You be careful with that.
And I will try to make a show of trying to kind of like those jugglers with the glass balls, like I'm moving moving both cups in both hands.
Oh god.
Oh no.
You're not content for me to be the biggest embarrassment in this club at the moment. You have to upstage me, and I'm all here for it.
Yeah.
You lot are going to earn a reputation.
If you're going to be the face, you got to make sure people are looking at you.
Okay.
True.
So
what are we rolling?
so I was going to roll just my sleight of hand with a +2. I don't feel my gambler comes into it.
Okay.
Blather, enhanced speed, or keen eyes. So just a +2 to this roll.
Okay.
I've rolled a 10 for a 12 total.
Okay. It doesn't look like the smoothest of tricks. You manage to kind of not drop anything. You don't spill anything, but like people are looking at you like, what is he doing? Like, oh, yeah, sure. All right. They bloody show off, but I'm not won over by this. The barmaid's just eyeing you and watching you, and every time like it looks like a little drop's going to slip out, she's like, oh no. And you can see she's like motioning to a porter and being like, get the bucket ready. But you make it back to the table and you're all sitting in this booth and Tim's brings over the drinks. And as you slip into the booth, you realize that you can't hear anything apart from the music that's being piped through. Like, these are very soundproof booths, so
right.
when you're outside of them, you can't hear anything inside of them, and when you're in them, you're like, it's noise cancelled.
Handy.
Fun, although that wouldn't necessarily prevent somebody from recording if there was a recording device in the booth.
I can check that out for you.
Yeah, I was about to say that was my thought as well. So
I'll just do. Yeah, is there anywhere I can maybe a settings knob or settings panel or something that I can try and check to make sure there's no recording devices or anything?
Yeah, I mean everything's on a wireless network these days, so you could do a scan for anything like that.
Yeah, cool. So I'm not going to sit there. The hair kind of like again frizzes up a bit. I'm going to do a scan to see if there's any kind of recording software going on inside this booth.
Okay, cool.
No resurrection. It's just tech, I guess. It's not. I'm not hacking or anything. I'm just looking for it. It's a 2, so +3 is 5.
You're trying to pick up on anything, but maybe the noise cancelling and soundproofing aspects of this booth are interfering somewhat with your capabilities, and you're just getting a lot of static coming through. Like, it's just that the interference is too much for you to really pick up anything.
This place is super noisy in every way. Sorry, I can't get anything.
I'm just sitting there flicking through as many of the adverts as I can to get them off my HUD as best I can, just failing miserably. So, yeah, I'm sitting here just scratching my sinuses going, I agree, it's pretty noisy here.
That said, drinks. I'm going to grab a...
So we're looking for a secret office here, right? Is that...
Which I can just an office right now. Actually, we can just ask Tim's. What'd you find out?
Well, the bartender said that they don't know if the boss is in. I inquired about it, but it seems a little dodgy. I think we're going to probably have to find a way to either get that information ourselves through the outside or find a reason large enough to make sure that the boss does show up.
Okay. All right. How about we start by, like, let's say they're not in, then that means that there's like an office or a place they'd normally be. We can start there.
Yeah.
You haven't seen anywhere yet that seems to be like labeled as the office. There's no big flashy door or anything that you'd instantly recognize as, that is the place.
We've got fire exit to the left, fire exit to the right, dance floor to the left, bar in front. I assume there's a door that we came down the lift through, right? Okay, but that's all we see.
Yeah.
Oh, are people like smoking inside, or is this?
There's people, I don't know, future vaping, but there's no like.
I definitely start future vaping.
I gave up for New Year's.
Yeah, I offer you one. I go, I forgot. Sorry.
Yeah, traditional cigarettes are now just props. They're not there's no combustible cigarettes used anymore these days.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a good reason for us to go out that fire escape, but still have a way back in.
Hey, how about if one of us is feeling a little queasy? We just got a bunch of drinks. Just want to get some air.
Yeah.
That's a good point, actually. Is everybody having one of these drinks?
Bludgeon is sipping
yeah.
for show, but I don't think actually not partaking of something that's got whiskey and mojito in it.
I think given the state I am currently at the moment, I'm going to look at the drink, just see every single ingredient in it, spike up on my register and go, no, I'm good, thanks.
No, Nox is a party guy, and also the holotech wig is pretty much able to be macroed, so they can get a little bit turned.
Okay. Everyone that is drinking one of these WMDs have a roll for drinking, I guess. I don't know if anyone has anything.
That'll be a good sport.
No, I'm just going to drink.
I've got a +1 in beefy, which I was picturing as being able to sort of take punishment, like take physical punishment, which I think from inside this counts.
Okay.
So
yeah, and yeah, Tim's has an enhanced liver.
Yes. Yeah.
Ideal.
Yeah.
That is a 10 +1 for 11.
Okay.
I got a 14 plus 0 for 14.
Total was a 9, rolled an 8 +1.
Okay. So Nox and Bludgeon, you both get a +1 temporary bonus.
Oh,
From you're just going to get a little bit of a buzz from the drink. It gives you that little edge of confidence, I guess, in your swagger. So you can have each of you a +1 temporary status effects bonus of +1 confidence. Yeah, Tim's unfortunately is a hardened drinker, it seems, and so the alcohol has less of an effect on them.
so what you're saying is drink more.
Well,
Got it.
So with the temporary bonus, basically on your next roll, that involves confidence, that'll apply, and then every other roll after that, if you roll under a 10 on the dice, it'll disappear. But if you keep on rolling above a 10 on those rolls, you can keep that going for as long as possible. So as long as confidence applies, you can keep that going.
Okay.
Success breeds success.
Yeah. So, yeah, you two of you have a bit of a buzz going on, and you're hatching this plan to sneak someone into the fire escape.
Yeah, I mean, we can assume the fire escape leads like outside, right? So we're going to get out there. Just got to get some air, he says with unnecessarily large air quotes, and see what's up around there.
That's a good candidate. The other obvious place is like, is there a door at all behind the bar, or is the bar just up against a wall?
There wasn't anything obvious. Tim wasn't particularly like looking for anything like that when they went up to the bar.
Fair.
Someone else could like have a wee mosey around to have a look if they wanted to.
I could go and take a look and like check out the android and have a quick look while I'm there.
I can check out the bathroom.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, we just got drinks. That makes sense.
Maybe janitor's closet is secret door to office.
Yeah, so the bathroom is it's in the same area as the fire escape door. Maybe a few meters down the wall from it is the entrance. So they're not far from each other if you wanted to try and check out both areas at the same time.
Nothing bad ever happens when we split up, right?
I mean, the place isn't huge, so you're not going to be that far apart.
Do you know what will make it more believable that someone's got for air? The cookie just fell over. They've had too much to drink.
Literally came in, got intoxicated on
Like
site.
I'm not taking the piss. It
No,
makes sense.
I'm leaning that way myself, but one of us should probably look after the booth at some point. So either I'll go mess with the fire escape or I'll look after the booth. Because from here I can start seeing if any of the bar staff and security is walking around are carrying things like key cards, keys, tags, anything else that would identify them and see what their movements are. And it's easier to do that from a stationary position than it is from wandering around, I guess.
And as with a traditional heist movie, you're all going to split off and do your separate things and then coalesce.
Yeah, I think it makes sense to do those first, because my concern about the fire escape is that if the door closes behind us, we can't get back in. So let's check out everything inside first. Just give it a swing. It's probably low probability that there is actually an office in the bathroom, but maybe they know we think that, and we should check it out just in case they're trying to sneak one past us. So, I would say let's check out everything in the main area first, and then move outside if we come up short. Make sense?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. What is Tim's going to do during all of this?
I mean, everybody here is an expert at their field, so I will take this opportunity to get on the dance floor, make sure to stay close enough to watch our table. You said it wasn't too big, a few meters between bathrooms and fire exits. So using the dance floor as a center point to keep an eye on everybody and our stuff, our booth, I will start dancing and schmoozing it up with you.
Just absolutely John Travolting it out there. I love it. But just like head in the swivel while you're also throwing shapes and doing moves.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Point is, make sure my clothes match the moves I'm doing. So I want that Like, remember if you remember, like Winamp had the old spectrometer for music and all that.
Oh yeah, that was good shit.
I want that happening
Yeah.
on my coat while I'm dancing.
That's cool.
Nice.
You see, I'm kind of imagining like that scene at the end of Sleeping Beauty where the dress is changing colours, but it's your suit.
Exactly.
Slightly different vibe. All right. Pan, let's go with Nox first and see how you get on at the bar. So you're going to go up and check out the android?
Yeah. I'm gonna go over to the bar. It's an android with the barmaid.
Yeah. So as you walk up, you can see the android. It isn't a full android. It doesn't seem to have any legs, but it's kind of positioned at the side of the bar. Seems to be taking care of like loading the washer, cleaning glasses, replacing like bottles and empties and stuff. So it's very much a specific assistant for that area.
Okay. I'm gonna make like I'm checking the android out. So it's not weird that I'm standing there as I survey the bar, see if there's any like, extra doors, secret little compartments, whatever seems to be.
Hi, honey. Is there anything I can help you with?
Is this the android?
No, that's the barmaid. Sorry.
Okay, cool. Hey, I'm sorry. I was just checking out. It's a nice place, and you got like a Mark V in here.
Yeah, this is
They're
Al.
not
He
cheap.
helps me all the time. He's so nice. He doesn't talk or anything, but he's really helpful.
No, they're not. The Mark V is like they took out the voice synthesizers so they could be more productive and less annoying. So this is great stuff. I mean, I don't know. Sorry, I geek out on this stuff. It's it's kind of a passion of mine.
That's fine, honey. I love someone with some passion. That's so nice.
You know what? Speaking of passion, actually, what do you recommend to drink?
Well, I know your friend just took over a bunch of WMDs. The flavor of the month. I'm afraid that the whiskey bottle's gone over there now, so I can't serve anymore. But
No. What do you recommend?
I really liked the turbo champagne. Is a real nice sparkle to it.
You know what? Sounds good. You know what? I'll take a bottle because we're using your card, right?
We're using my card, yeah.
Cool. You know what? 2 bottles, actually, now that I think about it. If you say it's good, I'm going to trust you. What's your name?
I'm Crystal.
Crystal.
Yeah, okay. I don't have 2 bottles behind the bar. I can head back into the office and grab some for you, though.
Hey, no problem. You know what? I appreciate you. I'll wait here.
Okay. Al. Sorry, he's the android. You keep an eye on things for me, okay?
Yay, Mark V. All right.
So yeah, the android kind of swivels and faces you and like puts its hands on the bar like I'm in charge. Obviously, it can't talk or anything, so it's just kind of looking. It's making eye contact, even though it's just like a camera lens or something in its head.
Yeah, of course. I'm gonna like look back to Tim's on the floor, and I'm gonna like kind of make a head nod to keep an eye on the barmaid. Oh, he's doing the double finger gun. It's a good move.
And Al, the android, kind of nods at you as if
I give Alfie a go as well
somehow. All right, Tim's, how are you doing? Let's have a dancing roll.
Alrighty. Yeah, I don't have anything that adds to dancing, so this is just gonna be a straight roll. And it's another 8.
Okay. Yeah, you're doing about as well as you did when you carried over the drinks. You're not knocking people over or anything, but people are definitely giving you a bit of a wide berth and looking at you funny, like, what is this guy doing? Like, first he does some weird stuff with the drinks, now he's doing weird stuff with this dance floor. And actually, you notice that quite a few of the people, like, there was a dozen or so on the dance floor when you came down. There's been a few more people wandering since you arrived. The dance floor has been largely vacated at this point, so there's maybe like a handful of people still kind of on it. But most of the other people have kind of moved to the sides and like maybe some of them have migrated towards the bar. Yeah, probably some of them have gone towards where Nox is.
Is the barmaid like visible to them though as she goes off to the back off?
So yeah, the barmaid kind of goes round the side of the bar towards what just looks like a wall, and you see her tap the wall, and then a door just kind of slides open. It doesn't really look like a door; it just looks like part of the wall. But the wall slides open, and she disappears through it, and then the wall shuts again.
I give Tim the subtle finger guns again.
All right, I'll take that as you need a distraction. So
more. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna try to give.
We've just been doing finger gun. We didn't really have a plan here, so yeah.
So I take the finger gun back as a sign to make a distraction to give Nox a clearing to maybe hack this android or grab some information.
Yeah, good stuff.
Because we got Bludgeon heading to the bathroom. Everybody's in their spots. So I'm going to try to like bring all these people that aren't dancing like lamos back into focus on the dance floor, so they're not looking at my entourage of people. So I'm going to use.
I can't wait to hear what you're going to try and do.
So,
so many moves.
Yeah, so I'm going to. I've got the jump boots. I've got the kinetic enhancement to climb on surfaces. We're going to try a good old fashioned jump, hit the roof, do a twirl. Make sure that my clothing goes with it, right? So, like, as the music spikes and as the bass drops, so will I, and then land back on the dance floor.
Okay.
Oh, hell yeah.
I really want this to work because this sounds fun.
Perfect. Okay, so
I want to go to the bathroom and miss it.
So I'm going to roll the +1 with jump boots, the kinetic enhancement, and the +1 for enhanced speed. So just it'll be a +3 to this roll. Okay. And we're all waiting for that sexy natural 1.
Oh, no.
I got a 16, so 19 total.
Hey, all right.
Nice. You pull it off exactly as you describe. It's fantastic. And suddenly, everyone that was like doubting you before, being like, "Who is this guy?" And they're like, "Oh, wait a minute. Maybe he was just warming up. I don't want to miss this." And literally everyone in the place, and a couple of people come out of the booth next to yours as well, and they're like kind of poking their heads out. Oh, wow. What was that? What's he going to do next?
Nox is also impressed because they did not know they were going to do that. Like, holy crap.
Like, John Travolta does not have a touch on this guy.
Cookie's just sitting in the booth, just looking at this and, subtly making notes for later. It's like, can make an advert out of this. We have to run this by the folks back at TAR.
Oh, crap. I need to wave you over because you got the money.
Sorry, you got a tab.
Oh, nice.
We'll take this moment to swap over to Bludgeon. Everyone is distracted. There's a bouncer that's kind of along that wall between the bathroom entrance and the fire escape there. He, pretty chunky lad, also seems to be somewhat distracted by whatever's going on the dance floor that just seems to have come out of nowhere.
Okay. I'm going to... Okay. So now I want to, like, take him into the bathroom and zap him and knock him out so that we have one less person observing us. But I don't know that I would do that without checking in with everybody first. So I think I'll save that for later. So really, the original intention was just like, okay.
So many finger guns.
All right.
The finger gun signal is going all over the place.
The finger gun.
Cookie is just leaning out.
Maybe that's what I'll do.
Finger gunning. Come on, do it.
I'll turn back. I'll turn back to the group, and I'll kind of like finger guns at the bouncer, and then finger guns at the bathroom door, and then finger guns at my neck, and trying to sort of subtly signal like, "Hey, is it time to start taking out potential obstacles?" I'm
gonna say that I fully think you're dancing with us, and I'm just like, yeah. Like halfway through working on this Android, and be like, oh, he's getting into it. Nice.
The finger gun boogie.
Signals are unclear. All right, so I will stick to my original surveillance plan, but basically, yeah, I kind of wanted. I was originally planning to like go into the bathroom and give it a sweep to see if there were doors to any other part of the building, which seems a little bit superfluous if we know that there's we know where the office is, but just in case, maybe there's something concealed. So
I suppose also at this point you don't know that Nox has seen the office door opening. Like the bar is, in terms of the space, there's the bathroom, then there's the fire escape, then there's the bar, and then the office was like behind and to the side.
Oh, okay, so I wouldn't have had line of sight for that door opening.
No.
Okay, gotcha. All right, so I think the first thing as I'm going, I'll say, need to make sure bathroom is safe for Mr. Stone, and push the door open. Is there anyone in there like that I can just see standing around?
You can't see anyone. Like anyone that was in there has heard a bit of a commotion and from the dance floor and has come out to see what's going on. You can see that there are some stools that you can't tell if there's anyone in there immediately, but there's no one like just standing around. There's no one at the sinks or like anything like that.
Excellent. Okay, well then step 2 is obviously take a bend over and just see if I can see any feet under the stall doors. Unless did they go all the way to the floor?
Yeah, I'm going to say like in this future, toilet booths are not just a bit of wood, especially in this like VIP section of this mid-tier bar. They're kind of like holographic screens that go from floor to ceiling and give people like full privacy.
That's where they need the noise cancel. Okay, well, that's no obvious way to bend over and look to see if there are feet under the doors. So then I think next step would be to just sort of, take a walk around the perimeter of the room, see if there's any obvious spaces like I said, like janitorial closet, and or like a blank stretch of wall that doesn't have any kind of a fixture on it that might be a candidate for a concealed door.
Okay. Let's have a roll for this.
Okay. I think this again is just going to be the +2 with the sensory adaptation. So that is a 5 + 2 is 7.
Okay. Yeah, you're not picking up anything that seems special. There's nothing pinging on your equipment that's saying, "Hey, there's a door here," or anything suspicious. What you do notice as you're walking through is that some of these toilet cubicles are just open. Let's say there's 5 cubicles. It's a genderless toilet, so everyone can just use anything here. And clearly a couple of them are occupied by someone, but you can't see.
I think if there's not anything obvious at this point, then I would... How many closed doors are there?
There's 2 closed doors, and there's 3 open ones.
Okay. I'm going to knock, like, between them so that it's not immediately obvious that I'm knocking on either of the closed doors. I'm just going to, like, knock on the wall between them and say, "Everything okay in there?"
You get, like, a muffled response. You can't really make out what's being said, and you suddenly realize, oh, wait, these are VIP booths. They're probably, like, soundproofed so that, like, privacy and whatnot. Like,
smart, yeah.
You can't hear what's being said, really, but you can hear a response from each one that doesn't seem particularly agreeable sound.
That's all I want. If I didn't get an answer from a closed one, then I was going to open it to see if it was concealing a door. But all right, well then, in that case, I think I'll just, if I don't see anything else useful in here, I'm just going to go back out the door toward the dance floor.
All right, yeah. I guess we shall go over to Cookie back in the booth. Everyone is watching Tim's, or Percival Stone, as they believe it to be, just tearing up the dance floor now.
So presumably a porter is coming over with a bottle of whiskey now.
Yeah, we'll say that. Yeah, a porter, someone dressed vaguely smart, but clearly a lower respected member of the bar staff in this place. And
this will be someone who's going to the back rooms to pick up drinks, do drink orders, pick up buckets to clean desks with, type of running jobs that you get in restaurants and bars, yeah?
Yeah, he kind of scurries over and very sheepishly just kind of puts the bottle down and goes to scurry away.
So as he's turning to scurry away, I just get a quick look at him, try to work out like his build, his age, roughly what it is about him, and just say, just a moment. Hi there, hi.
So sorry, sir. Sorry, I'm not supposed to talk to the customers.
Just 1 moment. Hi, 1 moment of your time. Hi, I'm Cookie Standard, the gold standard of media recruiting.
Oh, nice.
And offer my hand to shake.
Hi, sir. Hi, I'm not really supposed to touch the customers either.
You have a phenomenal upper body strength. Have you ever considered working advertising? We are looking for people who work for arm modeling. The arm modeling careers are limitless. We've got weight pills, we've got athletic gyms, we've got armbands, we've got all sorts of things just require people to take photographs of people's arms. Listen, and I fish out a business card for my time in Tar and hand it over to him. Listen, you give my office a call first thing Monday morning. Tell Janice that you did me a solid, and we'll talk. And underneath this business card, I'm also sneaking one of my bugs.
What? I don't know. I don't know what to say. What?
I just pushed the business card and the bug into his top pocket.
He is very flustered. He's like, oh gosh. Okay.
Now, go back to work.
All right. Sorry. And he will, scurry away. And okay, let's
see how well I did with that. Then I guess.
Let's see how well you bugged him.
So, it appeals to my core because I'm a talent agent, so that's +3 there. Social engineering +2, +1 for persuasion, that puts me +7 so far.
6.
Thievery +8.
Wait, that was +6.
+6, +7 for thievery, +1 for there.
Okay.
And then +2 for spy tool, so +9 to this dice roll. Let's go for another double. Let's go for another 1.
You will have your -1 distracted on this.
-1 for distraction as well, because, so +8 to whatever I roll now. Well, it's not a 1. It's a 24.
Oh my
total.
god!
Oh,
I rolled a 16.
All right,
nice.
So you can mark 1 success against the trauma. So you get 2 more of those and you get rid of it. My gosh. Okay, yeah. You managed to slip one of your spy tools onto this card as you've given it to them.
Yeah, so it'd be some type of tracking device, like accurate to within like maybe half a meter or so. And I just clandestinely open up the app on my phone for tracking and just start mapping the backstage as he starts wandering around, going back to go to his job with double time and a spring in his step.
Is it a sound thing as well, or a visual thing, or is it's literally just a location tracker?
You know that app you get on your mobile vacuum cleaner that sort of maps out the room and gives you an idea of what your room looks like and the path it's taken?
Nice.
It's kind of that for people.
Okay.
Oh, gotcha.
All right.
So you've Roomba'd him.
I've Roomba'd him.
Okay.
That's the worst thing that happened in the bar to you.
So I mean,
you have been Roomba'd.
You can see on your display that like connects to this thing. This guy is just zipping all over the place, and he's going from table to table. He's going to the bar. He's going to the booth. He's going to the toilets to clean something up there. At one point, he goes back through the fire escape and doesn't come back for a few minutes, and then he comes back in. I guess you can still see him through the fire escape. So you see him go up some stairs and go outside, and he stands around for a bit. And then he comes back down, and in the stairwell of the fire escape, I guess this is the bottom of the fire escape, you can see there's like some chairs piled up, some janitorial supplies, the bucket, and
the bucket.
Singular bucket.
Oh, if you've worked in the bar before, there's only one bucket.
But you never see him go into the back office. You never see him go into the area that the barmaid went into. He's very much on the ground floor of this bar.
That's fine. I've got a good idea of what's outside vaguely because he went upstairs, presumably to call someone to say I've got a job interview on Monday or something along those lines.
I suppose notably, you now know that it is possible to come and go through the fire escape. That is the important information you gather out of this.
Yeah, and I sort of annotate my copy of the map that I've got, Hitman style, in my mind now and on my phone. It's like, cool, got an idea of what the rough idea of the building is and what area kind of is in the backstage.
Yeah, full schematics.
You've not been there. Not complete floor schematics, but at least of the public areas.
Yeah. Okay, so Cookie is still in the booth. Bludgeon is working their way back to the booth. What is Nox doing at the bar at this point?
Before the bar came back, I wanted to hack that droid.
Oh yeah, sure. Let's do that then.
Yeah, just want to hack it. I basically want to make it friendly and obey commands, so it won't raise an alarm if we go past or anything. Well, first I'm going to look at this one busboy flexing as he walks, which is unusual, but he's gone now, so weird. But then he's going to turn back to Al, the android. They're like, "Hey, Mark 5, right? You don't mind if I do a couple of tests to you? I used to have a Mark 4. I was going to get a Mark 5, but you guys are so much more expensive. I just want to have a quick, check out to see if you're no offense, not worth the money to go up from 4 to 5."
You see the lens of the camera just kind of focus on you, and then like focus back out, and then focus on you again, like it's like eyeing you up, but it doesn't move otherwise.
Well, nothing gained. I'm gonna just reach down to touch its general layout and be like, wow, the workmanship's really nice, actually. I'm not trying to like properly manhandle it, just enough to like get around there. And as I do, one of my hairs slides down my arm to get in behind it at the nape of its quote unquote neck thing.
Okay. Let's have this roll.
Cool. So misdirection, tech, holowig. That's 8.
Cool.
Oh, and hacking.
Yep.
12. It's a 30-20.
Nice. Okay. What are you wanting to do here?
Well, once I've got it under my control, quote unquote, I'm just going to say to it, "Hey, Al, listen, me and my buddies, we're all cool, right? We're friends, right?"
And it can't communicate back, but you
can blink once for yes, twice for no, Al.
You get an electronic signal that indicates you a confirmation.
Nice, 1s and 0s. We're friends. Confirm, and I receive the confirm.
Yeah, confirmed.
Excellent. Well, okay. Well, I'm going to be right back. I'm just going to go check on my friends. You tell Crystal that I'll be back for the drinks in a bit, or she can bring them over. Either one. So then I head back to the booth to catch up with. Okay. Oh, and I finger guns Tim's on the way by as well.
Do you want to retain control over Al as you leave?
Yeah, I want it to be. I'm not asking it to do anything like massively against its programming, just to recognize us as friendly.
Okay. With the 20 on the roll, yeah, you can definitely do that. So, is everyone going to gather back at the booth? Is Tim's going to stay on the dance floor and tear it up for the rest of the night and not be involved in the mission again? Find out in part 2 of Cybertopia, Thieves in the Nightclub.